Hey everybody, it's Jeanie with Talk to Me Tuesday. It's February 26th. I've had a pretty productive week this week. Let's see. I know a few weeks ago I told y'all I don't do so well with multiple projects going on at the same time. I really don't. It kind of stresses me out. But I'm currently working on 3 projects. So one I'm working with a group, one I'm working on by myself designing, and then my diamond quilt I'm working. So this is one thing that I have done just to kind of calm my mind down, because usually once I start on a project, I see it all the way through. I start on it and I see it all the way through to the end until it's ready for somebody to use. Um, but so it's kind of stressing me out because I'm not used to working on multiple projects at the same time. Maybe some, dish towels or something like that, but never 3 big projects at the same time. So um, I've went and I've created myself a calendar just to kind of help me set weekly goals versus looking at it with I've got 3 big projects that I'm working on. So I've actually created me a calendar, and I have allowed myself to base it per week. And let's see, I started. I got it all drawn up last week. A preliminary plan last week for what's going on, and I started with well, two of the projects are technically kind of like behind the scenes secret, and one of them I can share. So I have given them nicknames. Um, because they're still in design phase. But one that I'm designing for myself, I have nicknamed Shiny. And the reason why I've nicknamed it Shiny is because my goal is to use as many of the metallic fabrics in it that I possibly can. I think it's going to be really cool, but it's in extremely early stages of designing. The second quilt that I'm working on with the group, and I've decided to give it the nickname of Bubbles. And Bubbles, well, the reason why is because if you've ever seen the movie Finding Nemo, and the little fish that every time the bubbles come up, they get all excited and they just impatiently wait for the next storm of bubbles to come up. And that's kind of how I feel every time I see a new pattern released. Or to be tested is Bubbles. So I've decided to name it Bubbles. And then of course my third quilt is the purples and turquoise diamond quilt that I'm working on. And it will be ongoing throughout the whole process of working on these 3 quilts. It's like the one that it's going to be finished before all the other 2, kind of thing. So this is my goal was to get 16 of my diamonds done this week, and I ended up getting like 40 of them done. So I'll show you. If everything goes well, I will be attaching a video to the end of this to show you the progress. It's looking really, really pretty. I've got my darks and my lights, trying to figure out the layout, but I still have several weeks to go. But had to go for 16. I ended up making, I don't know, a little bit over 40 of them. And then on my Shiny quilt, I did manage to get 2 blocks done on it. So next week my goal is another 16 of my diamonds, and then I plan on working on Bubbles. So that's how I'm going to help my mind calm down from working on several projects at one time, is to keep it written down, give myself weekly goals, and that way I won't feel overwhelmed working on several projects at the same time. So we'll see how this goes. It's just a thought. Let's see. My diamond pieces, Of course, these were the original pieces. Now there is a definite left and right piece. If you see the points, one is going one way and one is going the other way. So I've tried to be really, really careful about making sure that when I'm making these, like, 20 at a time, that I'm doing 10 of one and 10 of the other, so that I can kind of make sure that all my points are, as far as color wise goes together, correctly. I did manage to get quite a bit of the second phase light ones done, and they are turning out really, really pretty. I usually go really bold, so I've had to consciously make an effort to go lighter, and I think these turned out really, really, I don't know, they're really pretty to me, so I really like them. And then the third one, which I'm thinking about, I still feel like I want to put at least one bold strip of the turquoise in it. So I'm debating about this one. The contrast is going to be really hard though. But if I'm going to the dark to light, this may be the way I have to go with it. But I'm going to play around with it. I've still got a long way to go. So, like I said, I made like 40 this week, but I might be a third, maybe a fourth done with these particular. So anyways, still got a long way to go on that. I feel a little bit better about my plan. EQ8's going pretty good. I did run into a huge hurdle every time I would add or edit a line, another line or another group of lines would actually disappear. And I started completely from scratch. Started all over, started doing it again. It's a complex design, so I was really feeling like it was me. I sent the pattern to EQ8, and they're like, we're adding and deleting lines like it ain't nothing. Maybe, let's, if they want to see some screenshots of my configuration and stuff. So I'm going to do that, but in the end, I'm kind of starting to feel like it might be my computer that's giving me a headache. I'll find out more later, but I'm going to continue working in it and run some cleanups on my computer and that sort of thing, just to see if I can't get it running a little bit better. So I've got them going on, and this weekend I'm actually going out of town, so I don't know how much progress I'll be able to make on these. Now, I do always have another, I don't consider it a project, I consider it a little busy bag for me, and I believe Body Hunter may have called it a busy bag, and it's exactly what it is. But I'll be going out of town this weekend, and I'll be taking my busy bag, and that's what this is right here. That's what it is. My little busy bag, and I mainly keep my EPP, my English paper piecing stuff in there, and that way when at home I'm usually like, busy. I always kind of got something going on, and when I go away for a weekend, sometimes I feel like I need to, work on something. So this is my work on something bag. Let me see if I have, and this is all I'm working on, just little EPP. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do or anything like that. There's no decision that's going to be made on this project until I feel like I've got a bag full enough to actually look at it. But right now, it's still, it's just a little project that I work on continuously. If it takes a year, if it takes 2 years to get enough of them made, that's perfectly fine with me. I love novelty fabrics, so I'm using different novelty fabrics. I've also got some whites going on. I need to cut up some more of these. I need to get some of my little paper piecing or English paper piecing forms done up. So I'll be getting this bag up to date this week, getting ready to go on my trip. And if I work on it, great. If I don't work on it, no big deal. It really depends on how the weekend goes, but it's just something that that kind of helps me just keep my hands busy, because normally that's what I do when I'm at home, and so when I'm away, I don't want to lug a sewing machine with me. So I have that going on. Plan on getting at least 16 more of my diamonds done. And I guess that's it. I guess that's all that I've got going on. Wanted to let y'all know that I've really been enjoying the group and watching the videos and everything. Tuesday mornings, I always feel like I'm rushing. So I made a decision this week to actually, I set my alarm clock 10 minutes early on Tuesdays so that I could get up and get this done before I have to be at work at 7 o'clock. And once the video is taken, then I'll upload it once I get to work while I'm making my morning coffee. Totally been enjoying it, and hoping y'all have a wonderful week. Hoping everybody is well, and I will talk to you next week.